here we are. We're here for the last outdoor ukulele review before my two comparisons. This is obviously the Tenor Carbon, and I'm going to take you through this fairly quickly because we've already looked at the soprano, basically the same idea, just obviously a tenor instead of a soprano. Play a little bit, and then two comparisons coming up in the next 2 weeks. One between the regular soprano, the brown one I bought, and the carbon, and then the tenor carbon and the regular tenor. So, and I'll say this at the end too. Hey, I was going to do soprano next week and tenor the following week. Down here in the comments on YouTube, if you have a preference, hey, I want to hear the tenor comparison first, then please let me know which one you would prefer next week. It's amazing to me how many people have commented in different places about really looking forward to the comparison. I think there are a lot of people considering buying an outdoor ukulele, and I think they want to hear, hey, is there really a difference? Is it worth paying another $40 for the carbon? And that's something that I hope to ascertain in the next week or two. So this is the carbon tenor. We've talked about the carbon material and what they say, but let me quickly just look at that for you guys. Outdoor ukulele tenor carbon fiber composite polycarbonate. That's a mouthful, isn't it? 50% stronger, 15% brighter than the glass version or the regular polycarbonate. So there are carbon fiber strands through the plastic, and it's supposed to make it stronger and 15% louder, and that's what one of the reasons for the comparison. This is $195, including 3-day shipping. Mine was $207.50 because I had them add the strap pins for $10 and then the low G. So let's take a look at this very quickly. Again, it's all molded in. Your saddle and your bridge, strength. You can see there how they do the strings, similar to like Martin, where there's a slot, but they put a thing here for a hole for the knot, which is nice. I haven't changed any of the strings yet, but these will all be getting changed after the comparisons. D'Addario strings, low G on this one, dots. Grover tuners, again, I talked about those. These are the heavy duty ones. Thicker metal, tulip buttons, the molded in nut. No side dots. Please include those. Outdoor ukulele. There's your back. Notice the profile of the neck. It is flat on the bottom. A little chunky, flat on the bottom. I like that. The one thing that when I got this and I opened it up was the way that this is molded. And I don't know if that's going to... Oh, right there it does. Do you see how it's light and dark? When it's hanging on my wall, it looks like it needs to be dusted. I don't like that. I wish it was just black without the kind of a darker black and a lighter black and this dusty kind of a mold. And I'm sure it's from molding it. That's not great. And the soprano had it a little bit to the lesser degree. I wish there was something they could do in molding it so it didn't look like that. Can you see that? It just, and the weird thing is the back is fine. I mean, when I look at it, I'd like it to be like that. So, anyway. It's nice. It's a little heavy. It's a little bottom heavy, just like the other one. Intonation's good, not great. And of course, with different strings, that may improve. Probably what I'm going to do, I've already ordered the sugar high G for the sopranos. And then for this one and the other one, I may eventually go with the Ken Middleton strings, the Living Waters. And the reason I would do that is because that is an unwound low G. I don't want a wound G. When a wound string squeaks, it makes noise, and it wears I strum with my index fingernail, so it makes it wear down a lot faster. I tuned this last night, and it's doing great. These tuners, just by the way, for me, this is just Vic, are much more difficult to turn. I found that on soprano too. Personally, the other tuners, I did not upgrade my other two, and I'm really glad I didn't. I personally don't see a need. These are included with the Carbon. I think the big question for me, and that'll be something we'll talk about in the next 2 weeks, is it worth it to spend the extra money for just tuners and black? Supposedly a stronger. My thing is when we play them together, 2 sopranos, 2 tenors over the next 2 weeks, depending on which ones you guys want to hear first, because I know people are waiting to buy a tenor and waiting to buy a soprano. A lot of people are waiting to buy the tenor. Which one's louder? Is one louder? Is there something discernible? What is 15%? Is that a lot? Not really. I mean, 10% is not really that much. 15 is really not that much. If it was 50% louder, that would be discernible. I don't know that 15% will be. We'll find that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of what I did earlier when I started, is some of these progressions, 1, 6, 4, 5 progressions. So we're going to do some strumming, comparing them, and then we'll do a little picking too, probably. I don't know what, who knows. Oh, we want to check the 7th, we want to check the 9th fret, don't we? Really good sustain there. Nice. Really nice. So that it sounds good, plays nice. Again, I'll refer to the setup, which is really not adjustable. So fortunately, they hit the setup bang on. I mean, they've done a great job. So comparison next week, I will make just a quick comment as I usually do. I always want to make these short. But short for me never tends to be as short as I want it to be. Real quick, ukulele underground form. New carbon fiber and wood ukulele, just hitting the street. Kloss, K-L-O-S. Don't own one. About $550, something like that. When quite a few of the people have bought them, they've come with not a good setup. They've had to sand the saddle or the bridge or the nut and go through all of this to make it playable. Now, this is just Vic, okay? I wouldn't do that. If I'm paying $550 for a uke, it better come to me playing perfect. If it doesn't, it's going back in the box, back to the factory. That's just me. I know how to set it up. I can do all that stuff, but I don't want to. I don't want to do doing frets and ends. And hey, when I buy a uke, it comes in the mail and I get it. I want to play it. I don't want to play with it. Big difference. This uke, and I've tried to be very honest about the goods and the bad, the good and the bad, pluses and minuses, is set up really, really well. This setup is perfect for me. So I would say, buy it, play it. find that out next week or two. Again, comments. Do you want to hear the tenors first or the sopranos? Thank you so much. I'm sure during this video that I snuffed because my allergies are through the roof. I'm on drugs, I'm sleeping lousy, etc. So I apologize. Just crazy. Virginia's the worst state in the nation for allergies. So spring and the beginning of and the end of summer are just killing me. But here I am on 5 hour. Thank God for 5 hour. See you next week.